Blog Talk Radio.
This program contains explicit content and subject matter which may be unsuitable for some listeners. Discretion is advised. Hi, this is Donny Osmond, and you're listening to Gregg and Joe.
Well, I think we should just bring on Foley, better known as Burt Young.
They're talking about a movie called Creed.
You know what, though? You better have Foley in that movie.
If they dump me, it'll be sacrilegious.
What's up,
Mario
Mario?
Lopez. Mario, how's it going tonight?
Hey, Edward.
Hey, I'm doing great. And you got a lot of Hollywood hotties on here, or what? You were like a Miley Cyrus, that shit works. You know, I mean, I've never known her since she was a little girl. She's a little sweet.
He's on the line.
You know,
He's on
she's
the
grown
line.
up. Oh, yeah, hell yeah, she has. Mr. Gianni Russo played Carlo Rizzi in the original Godfather. James Caan, Phil Pineapple. He broke two of your ribs, you saw it with a kicking when they crawled out? Yeah. Go to the fire hydrant. We want to introduce Mr. Fox Wooten. How many times did you take out at that one time before you? There were 5 of them, so I had to, everyone I go,
Thank you.
coming back up, you know? So, Mario Andretti. Mario, how are you?
You'll be coming in clear soon, bro.
Wonderful, guys. Greg, one more question. If I call you the Rambling Streak, will you squash me like a bug?
Now, here are Greg Valentino and Joe Pietero.
Monday, March 27th of the year 2017, and that means another fabulous, hopefully, episode of Goliath Labs presents the Gregg and Joe Show. I am joined right now by my fucking partner, pal, and co-host, Gregorio Valentino, on the phone. What's up, Greg?
Giuseppe, what are you doing?
I am doing this program with you, and I am looking at our Instagram live feed. Some of our fucking usual suspects are here. Ilyas Ali, thank you. Ed Jackson, who says, what's up, Greg? Greg, can I ask you a question I'm afraid to hear the answer to?
Go ahead.
Are you on the Instagram live feed as we speak?
I don't know. I'm on something. Am I on an Instagram? Or she's
Momos.
trying to figure it out. We're two momos here.
I told you, that's why I sent you the email the other day. I gave you an
we're
easy
back.
description.
Yeah, she did. We're doing it. We're doing it on a tablet.
Okay. Well, then you should be able to read these things that I'm reading now. Are you seeing the live feed? We got to get Greg a tech fucking...
No, all I see is the picture of me and you. You know, that Gregg and Joe show. Why are you taking it? Right here. All right. She's doing it on the phone instead. So
All right.
I'll be reading it too. I can't type back, you guys. They don't want me to type back though, right?
No, that's all right. Gathering confederation of female bodybuilders and send them to endless crush me till I don't breathe. Well, after you're going to get sloppy seconds from me.
No. Mute that.
So
I'm watching you, Joe. I see you.
now you see
I
me.
can see this live feed. Oh,
Okay.
get the fuck out of here. I can't see this shit. I gotta wear glasses.
Well, look what I'm wearing. You see me? If I take my glasses off, I'll be going, Edward Jackson, do you see me? I gotta fucking swallow my fucking pride. Hey, first of all, I want to thank Mark from Barbells and Badges. Hooked me up with this fucking awesome shirt. There's the logo. Awesome shirt. Greg, I have one for you sitting right here in the office when we fucking do Wednesday's shoot for the next episodes of Gregg and Joe Muscle Sport TV. I shall give you the new, comfortable, beautiful shirt from Barbells and Badges, bro. And I got some other goodies for you, too.
Well, I tell that guy, tell Barbells and Badges I'm going to get hold of him. I'm still working on shit over here. But tell that guy from Goliath Labs, I sent him a bunch of people who ordered. My friend I know just ordered Ejaculoid and Growloid.
Oh, great. Good. Well, we will see Bart on Saturday. We will be at our MSM party at Bob Bonham's Strong and Shapely Gym. Strong and Shapely. Blah, 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 I can't talk today. Strong and Shapely Gym in East Rutherford, New Jersey, Carolina, Jersey. You guys are awesome. Thank you. You look like a young lady in that picture. I can't see, even with my glasses. These fucking Instagram avatars are like fucking pin dots. They got to make them a little bigger, especially when there's fucking chicks in them. So, guys, if you can make this fucking party on Saturday, we are going to have... Let's see that ass in the magazine again. Shh. Sure, we can do that,
By the way, I
Barbells.
see that guy Jordan said, Jordan, hello. Yeah, I thank you for liking the video, bro. On my channel, I saw what you wrote.
We're having our get together on Saturday, and you can talk to Bart himself, the man who created this wonderful dick pill. Look, I'm shaking. I shake when I hold it. But yeah, so that's our thing. Or any of you guys that are in the Jersey area, try to make it because you're gonna get free shit. And also, Greg, I don't know if Bob spoke to you, but Jimmy the fucking Bull Palacia shall be in attendance. And if you guys do not know Jimmy the Bull Palacia, look at our Muscle Sport TV pilot episode with Jimmy the Bull on it. And you will fucking laugh your fucking balls off. Jimmy is a great fucking guy, great old friend of Greg.
I see it, just Donovic. I see it.
Okay, good. Swole John, what's up, man?
Joe, your shit is I see you talking, but it's like a delayed feed or something.
Oh, all right. Well, as long as you could see me and you could see the guys, the main thing is I want you to see, because a lot of guys are giving things to you. Hi, and where are you? Greg is not here. He is on the phone. Jimmy the Bull is a beast. Yes, he is. He's a strong motherfucker too. And Liz Ali, I always say your name wrong, bro. Ilyas Ali. I know we've been doing messages and stuff. We're going to get that T-shirt to you, bro. You're going to fucking, in Canada with the shipping. No big deal. We'll work that out. He's saying he's got no delay. So everybody's feed's a little different. I see Greg with a fucking magnifying glass. No, that would be me as well. I'm fucking Mr. Magoo also, man. I actually need to get new, stronger fucking reading glasses, because these are not as good as they used to be, if you know what I'm saying. But yes, that is our party on this Saturday coming up, just a fucking few days away, 5 days or so away. Jimmy the Bull will be there. We're trying to get Eugene Mission to come also. It's really not a party where, come and, meet and greet the pros. That's not Muscle Sport Mag's thing. We are going to talk about the Shawn Ray thing in just a moment, BTA 1089.
All right, guys, whoever just asked about the Shawn Ray thing, Shawn Ray called me yesterday out of the blue we talked for about an hour, so I'm going to talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to get into that in 2 minutes. I just want to plug this fucking party thing. Basically, Muscle Sport Mag isn't one of those things where fucking, can we see the arm logo again? Sure you can. You hook me up with a nice shirt like this, I will plug the fucking shit out of it, Barbells. We're not this, come and meet Kai Green and he'll take a picture with you, and come and meet fucking Rich Piana and who cares? You can do that at any fucking expo. We're just coming to hang out and have a good time, and we're going to take videos, we're going to take photos. We want to do, if it's for you guys. It's really not, you're not coming there to fucking see people. We want to see you. So you're the fucking star of the show, man. I fucking, I don't really give Train Today my Muscle Sport Mag shirt. Thanks, Swole John. Represent, always get it out there, guys. Grassroots fucking thing. So we want to just meet you guys, and we want you to walk out with some free stuff. I got fucking 2 boxes of T-shirts that I got. 2 different kind of T-shirts I ordered just to give away at this fucking party. And I think we're going to wear one of them on Wednesday, Greg. I think we'll wear the white NWO shirt on Wednesday when we record our show.
Yeah, tell the guy, Bonnie, I like Boston Lloyd. He's a good kid.
Yes.
I don't know him on the other side. He's not.
Boston is a disgrace.
Really
he's not.
Good kid.
Yeah. Jupiter Meach is joined.
Hey, listen, if you don't like him, that's all right. There's a lot of people. There's people hate my guts.
Yeah.
Right, what are you going to do? You know what I mean?
There's some people hate my guts, too. Right? Some people I used to work for.
The people I dated.
Yes. Boston is the best, like you guys. Thank you. Boston is real. We like Boston. He fucking writes for us. He's a good guy. He's been on this show. He's been on the TV show. Hi, Jupiter. I love you, sweetie. We love Jupiter. She's our fucking girl. Jupiter, I'm sure you talked to Jason. Jason just came back from L.A., Greg. I was talking with him all weekend. He was texting me photos. He was all over the place at Gold's Gym, and the fucking, thanks for the comment yesterday, Joe. Definitely, thank you. I'm a Boston fan, too. Jupiter is. So, Boston, we're Boston fucking fans on the show. Lee Priest has some other views, and he writes for you, too. We like the guys with the other views.
Well, you know what? Listen, you have a right to not like it. I mean, whoever you like, you like. You don't like. I mean, fucking A. This, I don't know, whatever. I don't get I like everybody, bro. I get along with everybody. You know, we're all momos in this together. Only a momo fucking pays money to stand in a fucking gym and take fucking cold steel and move it back and forth, and then do it again the next day. So.
Yeah, so we like fucking, nah, don't worry about that.
Dude, Lee Priest is my boy. I love Lee. You know, Lee's a good guy.
Lee Priest is a fucking champ. He has been a fucking godsend to this fucking company. I'm so fucking glad that you reached out to him. Gregg reached out to Lee, basically when we both were fucking canned from MD, and we decided to fucking make this a sick fuck magazine. And Lee was the fucking linchpin of that fucking direction, and it has just gone crazy since then. But let's get into the subject, Gregg, that you were talking about with me over the weekend. You and I were talking about with the whole Shawn Ray, Dallas McCarver, Dave Palumbo, Chad Nichols. I mean, it goes on and on. Okay, what's up, man? Big C is here. Fucking get better soon, bro. Big C. We're gonna be. Big C will be with us on Wednesday. We'll be talking to him. So we'll fucking we'll see how he's coming along and his
Good deal.
Yeah, he's got to go for fucking surgery and shit. So let's talk about this a little bit. Now, obviously, Shawn Ray, people can say, why don't you get him on the show? Why would Shawn Ray come on this show? He signed with MD.
First of all,
MD hates us.
He can't come on the show.
No, he wouldn't.
He can't. He's MD. He's muscular development. They got him on a fucking leash. He called me, and we talked. He called me out of the blue. You know? So, I mean, I'm going to get into it in a second. Joe, I'll let you finish. I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah, no.
You know that we can't have him on. He's on
No.
He's MD.
He's MD.
That would give Steve Bleckman a heart attack.
Yeah, Steve Bleckman would fucking shit his fucking little panties if he fucking heard Shawn Ray's voice on this program. But Gregg spoke to him, and Shawn, we're not blindsiding Shawn either, because he knows that we're going to talk about this. He commented on
He called me up.
He commented on our one of the posts we had on Instagram or something with a little smiley face or some shit. So he knows what's going on. So I wouldn't want to fucking blindside a guy like that. You know, you get along with him. I've gotten along with him, you know, more or less. I respect him for everything he's done in this industry, competing and as a, media member like ourselves right now. So I would never fucking put a dick up a guy's ass like that. Because if he gave you something in confidence, I wouldn't talk about it on the show. But since he is aware of this, let's get right into it, man. You spoke to Shawn. Shawn has got a target on his back, and people have been giving him a hard time. I gave him a hard time for the Ahmad Ashkenani thing with Dave, but I backed him up on the Dallas McCarver thing. So without further ado, Gregorio, the floor is yours.
Okay, Nick, let me first say a few things. First of all, as everybody knows, I'm good friends with Dave Palumbo, and I've been very good friends with him for a long time. And I'm good friends with Shawn Ray, all right? But what you got to know is obviously they don't like each other. So there's going to be conflicting stories out there.
Yeah.
And as far as the Ashkenani thing, Shawn Ray told me, he said, I never took him away from Dave. He said, he originally came to us, and he was hugging Shawn Ray, Shawn Ray, Ashkenani. And Shawn Ray set up the interview. So they were just about to interview him, and he said that he was standing there, Ashkenani. And he said that that Dave and Johnny Styles and all those guys had not set up their cameras yet. So he said to Ashkenani, let's do this, come on. And he took Ashkenani and they interviewed him. He even said to me, he said, Gregg, he goes, he busted in my interview. I didn't bust into his interview. He goes, show me where he was interviewing him, and you see me come over and take him away. He goes, you're only seeing part of it. This is what he's telling me now.
Okay.
Right? And then he said to me, he said, if we tried to stop Ashkenani from interviewing with RX, then why did he interview with RX after we were done with him? He still interviewed with him. He goes, so all that stuff, we have, there's people trying to say MD is trying to cut in and take over. He's saying that's not true. We didn't stop Ashkenani. What happened is we were interviewing him. We were just about to interview him. We set up. Palumbo wasn't set up yet. That's what he said. So he may be right with that. I mean, I don't know what to believe, because I know Dave tells me me one thing, and Shawn tells me the other thing. And I know that Shawn, I believe Shawn in a sense because there's no film of him actually going in and taking Ashkenani away from Dave. There's no film showing that. All you see is Dave busting in his interview. And he even said, Dave, I told Dave, I'll let you have, I'm interviewing him, let me finish the interview, then you interview him. And it's true, they didn't stop Ashkenani. When the interview was done,
okay,
he went over and he interviewed them. So that's that.
Well, hold on.
Telling me.
Wait. Let's just. I want to recap there. I don't want to. Are you going to get into the Dallas thing now, or are you sticking with the Dave thing?
Yeah.
No, let's cover the. Yeah, no, let's cover the Dave thing first, and then we'll do the Dallas thing separate. I don't want to do too much and move on. Okay, the Dave thing. Now, I was not there when this happened. I left the night show on Friday, probably about like when the show ended. So I probably left about 5 to 10 minutes before this thing happened. So I did not personally witness it. But when I was there, and I was there also Saturday, where RX was doing their interviews. Now, I'm going to assume they were doing them in the same place the previous evening. Where RX was doing their interview and where MD was doing interview were basically the opposite ends of this big area where they had it kind of like draped off for the media to do their work. They had tables and workstations for us, and then they had areas for guys that were doing videos and shit like that. You could not get any further away from each other where MD was doing theirs and where Dave was doing his. So if Ashkenani was with Dave, Shawn had to really go out of his way to go up to him and bring him far the other direction to where MD had their stuff set up.
No, he wasn't with Dave. He was floating around. In other words, he said, this is what I heard, was he was right there. They were all kind of like around him. And then he agreed to do the interview, and I guess Dave said, let's do an interview. He agreed to do it, I think, with Shawn. And then Dave said, let's do the interview, and he was waiting. Dave was getting the cameras ready. And he said that Shawn's exact words to me were, Dave didn't have cameras ready at all. We did. So we said, let's do it now. Let's just get it over. Let's do it now. So Ashkenani went with him. But, he said.
But the backstage area... The backstage area where Dave was set up, they would have saw Ashkenani first. So now this is, according to what Dave said, was that they were ready to hit record, right, ready to start the video, and Shawn took him away from their section where they were set up. Now, if we're going to use that as a barometer, like I said, Ashkenani's got to be standing with Dave then. Shawn saying where was Shawn saying he was standing? They don't just all stand in the middle. They have to be in a certain spot in the area.
You know what it is? Shawn was kind of cutting out a little bit on the phone, but he was telling me something about, I think Ashkenani gave him a bear hug or something like that. Or he gave Ashkenani something about that. He was saying, they were all excited and everything. And there's a lot of people backstage, and you know how it is, Joe. These guys are constantly like, yo, come here, can I talk to you?
I know exactly, yeah. Jason, May 1st. Magazine due date is May 1st. But I'm looking at the logistics and the layout. So if Dave was literally standing with the guy's not just walking around and people are just grabbing him. It's really not, that's not how it was really working in this particular place where they were doing this, where they have this set up. So that's why, are you going to talk? We did, Lucia. We did. Tell your girlfriend we did at the beginning. She texted me. I saw Lucia. I'm like, isn't she with Gregg? Why is she that? I got fucking confused. So if Shawn took him away, like I said, he would have had to really go out of his way to do so. It wasn't like an accident. It wasn't like Dave was standing and it was like a free-for-all, like by a player's locker and you're putting your microphone in front of him. It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying, Gregg? Oh, Gregg dropped. He's got to call back. I just looked up at the switchboard. Let me show you guys the switchboard. Check this out. Look. Here is the switchboard. Here, see? I got the switchboard there. And all of this cool stuff. Now, that's where Gregg has to call back. Gregg's got to call me back. his phone dropped. I don't know why, but we will figure it out. And now I'm getting all fucked up here. What did I drop? I dropped the ejaculoid. Oh, here's Gregg. Gregg, I was talking to myself. You got me nervous.
No. It's I heard you because I can hear it. My girlfriend's phone is playing, and at the same time this, but I can't respond.
All right, I'm trying to set this
But
fucking
no,
thing
I
up.
understand. Look, I'm not taking Shawn's side over Dave. I love Dave Palumbo. I love him. He's my friend. I'm just telling you what Shawn told me. You guys figure it out yourselves. You know.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Dave
Yeah.
will tell me no.
No, I know.
One guy will tell me no, that's bullshit. The other guy will tell me no. I swear to God, my side. I'm just telling you what what Shawn was telling me. He was explaining to me that according to him, the reason why his interview was already going on, and that Dave didn't stop him from like pulling him away or whatever, is because Dave was still standing there. They hadn't gotten the cameras going. That they were still setting up. That's what he told me.
Now, well, Dave didn't say that Dave said that they were ready to hit record. Like they weren't. Like Shawn didn't take him away from a live interview. He was like standing there with them, and he was getting ready to go. Okay, hit it. 1, 2, 3, recording. So it was like that's the way I understood it. It was close to where they were supposed to be.
But listen, let me tell you, if you're standing next to Ashkenani and you have your microphone and you're like all ready and he's standing here with you and somebody goes to grab him, I would have jumped on Shawn. I would have jumped on him. I would have been like, no. He's saying that Dave himself wasn't ready. This is what he's saying. Dave himself was not ready. They were not ready to record yet. They were still setting up. Cameras were still being set up and everything.
Yeah, so, but you know what though?
Did with them.
But you know what? If he's standing with a company and ready to go, even if they're fucking not ready to go, that is adequate as a journalist. You don't fucking bogart somebody's fucking interview. And I can tell you that as a sports writer. You don't do that. If they're with the guy, you take a fucking number and you wait fucking you put your quarter on the pinball machine.
Listen,
you wait, you got next game. You can't just grab a guy. It doesn't work like that.
I understand that. But you know what? I don't know. Dave's my friend.
2:30 a.m.
I'm just telling you, even more than Shawn. But what I'm saying to you is, I don't know if I was just simply saying if Dave was standing there with the microphone. I don't know. According to Shawn, it was their interview. That he did not take anybody away from anything. That Dave wasn't even ready yet. And that's all I'm saying. I don't know. He could be totally full of shit. I don't know. I'm just telling you what he told me.
Yeah, but you know what? If he was standing there with their personnel, it's a douchey move to come there and fucking take the guy away. That's all. I don't care if they're fucking if the camera is still in the fucking case. It doesn't matter. You don't do that as a fucking member of the media. You don't fucking take somebody's fucking. That's cock blocking, and that's totally fucking scumbag move.
Listen, I totally understand. I'm not taking. Yeah, but I'm not taking Shawn Ray's over Dave.
No, I know. You're just putting out there what he told you.
Inside of it.
He's his version of it. Yeah.
For all I know, it's total bullshit. I mean, I like Shawn Ray.
Me too.
Of course, I'm closer with Dave, but what I'm saying is I like Shawn Ray. I like him a lot. I don't think he's a bad guy. He's never been bad to me. I know there's a lot of bad press about him out there, and we'll get into the guru thing in a second.
Yeah.
The press part. He gave me a whole speech on why he thinks that Dave doesn't like him and all that stuff.
Greg, hang on a second. Ali, what do you mean still paused? I'm not following you. You guys, Greg, can you hear me on your feed? Can you see and hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you in the background, yeah.
No, but can you see me on the feed? You can hear me and see, okay.
Yeah, you're on a delay. Yeah, no, you're on a delay.
Okay.
You're actually asking me.
No, but one of the guys is telling me that I'm paused. I thought maybe on his, not mine. Okay. I want to just acknowledge, where's that guy from Bangkok? Strawberry something? I look. He says he's watching live in Bangkok at 2:30 a.m. Bro, you are a fucking champ for fucking doing that. Thank you so much. That is fucking really fucking cool, man. Go to fucking Bangkok. You can probably get a fucking whore for like fucking $350, man. Get 2 of them. Leave them at 10. So, all right. So I think I think we're pretty good with that. With that whole thing. Now let's get into the Dallas McCarver incident.
Okay, the Dallas McCarver thing. He was explaining to me that he was critiquing Dallas, and legitimately so. He's saying, look, Dallas was out of shape. He said he swears about the same thing that Boston Lloyd said, okay? He said, Boston Lloyd said, I've seen plenty of interviews with Backstage and before and all this shit, and that Dallas McCarver was not coughing at all.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, Guy Cisternino in an interview said Dallas McCarver was coughing.
He said he was having convulsions and shit. He almost like he was having a fucking epileptic fit. You know the way he's...
Yeah, but I don't know if he was coughing before or after. Look, I said Dallas McCarver needs to thicken his skin.
Yes.
And Shawn Ray,
exactly
what Shawn Ray said is what anybody else would say. But see, what they're mad about, what seems what they're more mad about, I mean, Dallas is mad because he doesn't want to hear anything negative and all that stuff. And, and I think, I don't know Dallas McCarver. I've never met him. I've never seen him. I mean, he seems on it. I've seen videos of him. He seems like a nice guy. But Shawn Ray told me he's already had 4 or 5 different gurus. And Shawn said he even told Dallas not, stop fucking around with the gurus, leave them alone. Now, here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
And Shawn was telling me, he goes, Gregg, the reason, because I asked him all about, you can't blame Chad Nichols for, Don Youngblood dying,
yeah,
and all these other guys, right? And he's saying, I'm not saying that that's the reason why Don Youngblood died. He said, I find it suspicious that there's a bunch of guys, and he rattled out all these names. I can't remember them all. But he was saying that, this guy and that guy and this bodybuilder and that bodybuilder all had kidney problems. Every one of them had kidney problems, and some died that were working with Chad.
Yeah.
So he's saying, he goes, I even told Shawn, but you can't fucking say that that's how these guys, they're dying because of Chad Nichols. You can't do that. That's like against the law. Like, that's a liability. He's just saying that. And he said, this is what he said. He said, I'm not saying that they did. He goes, I'm saying it's kind of suspicious. Now, he said, Gregg, these guys don't like me. None of the gurus like me because I don't like gurus, and I constantly blast the fact that I don't see why pro bodybuilders need a guru. And I said, okay, that's fair, because even myself, guys, after you go for a show or 2 or 3, now you're a pro bodybuilder, you kind of know your own body. And these gurus are fucking, these guys, like, when these guys depend on a guru, I mean, they won't pick their fucking nose and eat it without asking their guru if that's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're afraid to pick their nose and eat it. You know how it is.
Yep. Yeah.
And Shawn said, he goes, Gregg, I never used a guru. And it's exactly what he said. He goes, these are his words, guys, what I'm going to say. These are his words, okay? He said, Gregg, he goes, if you said, I don't like Ronnie Coleman, he goes, nobody give a shit. He goes, but if you said, I don't like niggers, he goes, everybody, black people will be like, I care now, because you're broad spectrum. Do you understand?
Yeah.
He said, this is his word. He used that word, not me. Okay, so what he's saying is that he's saying he never specifically attacked one guru. He's saying the fact that he attacks gurus, they all attack him. They attack him because it's broad spectrum. He doesn't like any guru, and no guru likes him. So he feels like that's what he's saying. Now, those were his exact words, okay? And he said, that, like, not for nothing, but the guy, was considered one of the greatest bodybuilders to ever live, and he said he never used a guru ever.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that, I think Charles Glass and a few other people had even said, like, this guy, he's jumping around from, like, 1 minute he's with this guy, Joe, and guys out there, listen to me. Have you ever been to the gym and a young guy comes in and starts asking you, oh, yeah, dude, what can I do, like, for my arms? Like, a guy's asking you your opinion. Do you think I should be like, should I use barbell curl? Should I use an easy curl bar? And you go and you give him your opinion. You sit down, and you actually maybe write out a workout for the guy, or you help him, or you tell him what to do, and then fucking the next time you're there, he's asking somebody else the same fucking question after you went and did all it. You understand that?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? He's saying,
Yep.
he was trying to say that he feels that Dallas McCarver, and he goes, Greg, I'm just reporting on this shit. He goes, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You know, Dallas McCarver is an MD guy. He goes, I'm not against him at all. I don't want, it's not like I want him to lose or have something to gain out of him not being in shape. But he goes, but let's face it. He goes, he is not in shape. And he goes, and I don't want to hear that he's got a, this is what he was saying. He said, I don't want to hear that bronchitis shit. He goes, there's a lot of guys, you know, they compete and everything. He goes, we all know, because I said on RX, I said, I've seen guys backstage projectile vomit, right?
Yep.
And he said, Greg, we all know what you said to RX is absolutely the truth. How many times, even, you know, you've seen guys faint or vomit or whatever backstage. And he's saying, we all know what causes that. And it isn't a fucking cold or bronchitis. He's saying it's the diuretics, you know? And he's telling this kid, why don't you, he's actually, in his mind, now I'm not saying he's right, guys. I'm giving his story, okay? But I do, I do like the kid, Shawn Ray.
Yeah.
Amazing kid. I do like the guy. When I worked at MD, he was always, me and him always got along really well. We'd go out, we've had dinner together many times. Normal talk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk about family shit, talk about everything. He's a nice guy to me, okay? That's just my opinion. But what he was saying is, he feels like he's helping Dallas McCarver, almost like saying, dude, stop with all these gurus. You keep getting all. You're asking one guy, how should I do this? And that guy tells you. And then you go and ask another guy, how should I do this? And then you know, because he's already had a bunch of gurus. And he feels that, like, Dallas should take time off, learn his own body, and learn how to get in shape himself. You know, that's what he's saying, okay? Because he himself never used a guru. And he's against gurus. And I can understand that, you know. I feel that you can learn something from a guy, right? And I just did a video. My video was about how, you know, some guys do keto and other guys do, you know, keto's the best. Oh, you lose weight. Other guys, no, I can't do keto. If you talk to Dave, Dave believes in ketogenic diet.
Yes.
If you talk to fucking George Farah believes in high carbs. So, you know, higher carbs. Who's right? Okay?
They're both right.
But right. It depends on your
On
body.
you,
and you have to find it. But when you work, if you work with the wrong guru, he could fuck you up. Look at Dorian Yates. Dorian Yates used to do that Mike Mentor type training, heavy duty. You know what I'm saying? Low sets, heavy weight.
Fucking
you know,
kill yourself. Fucking.
Not a lot of reps.
Yeah.
Whereas Arnold Schwarzenegger did high volume.
Yep.
Arnold Schwarzenegger did 35, 40 sets for his biceps 3 times a week, 10 to 12 reps, 15 reps per set. Who's right and who's wrong?
Both of them are right. That's right. The one way worked for Mike Mensa and for Dorian, and the other way worked for Arnold. Right. If Arnold did, like you said, if Arnold did the other thing, he may have looked like shit. He may have looked fucking bloated. He may not have had the fucking muscle volume he did. He may have looked fucking like a power lifter if he was going heavy. So yeah, it's all. But don't you think it's all fucking?
It's instinctive. Everybody's different. It's instinctive. But don't you think? See, what he's trying to say is, you know, and Dallas is a new upcoming kid, right?
Yeah.
And he's trying to say, this fucking kid's already had like 5 gurus. He rattled them out. I don't know names. I can't even, you know what I'm saying? But he rattled out the names, you know, of the gurus. And I'm, you know, in his short career, you know, and he's saying, dude, you're all over the map. You understand?
Yeah.
You're getting a little bit of information from each one contradicts themselves, right? So now, you know, he's telling him, take a step back, and that you're not in shape. You know what I mean? Get yourself in shape. Watch the diuretics. Be smart with that shit. You know, because listen, Dallas McCarver may very well have had a cold. Okay, he may very well. I don't know. None of us know. Okay, I have a constant cough. You know, but you got to be smart. It's not worth, dude. It's not worth like, you know, going in and being like, you know, guys just, you know, saying that like, you know, well, Dallas is a worry. That's not a worry. That's stupid. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, not for nothing, but you can't go into battle knowing that you're sick like that. You know, look what happened to Muhammad Benaziz. He died when he was bodybuilding show.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
No, of course not. And you know what? I was watching one of Dave's videos, and he said, you know, with the whole bronchitis thing. And I asked my wife, and you know my wife, right? She's been a fucking registered nurse for 20-something years.
She's a nurse.
Yeah, she's
Right.
she knows a lot of this stuff. She's worked in hospitals, worked in doctors. You know, she's fucking worked in all different, and you know, she knows medical shit. And I asked her, because I don't know this shit, obviously. I go, if you have bronchitis, could you have a fucking seizure? And she's like, the fuck you talking about? She's like, no. The only way you're going to get a seizure is if you're fucking, you know, if you have something going on or you were prone to them before that. The bronchitis has nothing to do with it. So then I told her about the dehydration diuretics. Now, she says that could happen, but she was saying that if you're that dehydrated, you probably won't even be able to stand up on stage. I said, well, I know guys and women on stage that have been dehydrated and fell out while they were on fucking stage. So he had enough strength to get there. He just didn't have enough strength to fucking finish, you know, whatever.
Listen, what happened to Dallas McCarver has happened many a times before. This is not the first. I mean, they carried Paul Dillette, Bob Bonham, our friend, carried Paul Dillette off stage. If you Google the pictures of Paul Dillette on stage when he had the cramping and he went into like a fucking what the fuck you call it again? The water, the diuretic.
Dehydration.
When he had that incident.
Dehydration.
He went into that bad, but he had it really bad on stage.
Yeah.
They had to take him off the stage. One of the people carrying him was Bob Bonham.
Did
okay.
Bob grab his dick?
Is,
Bob should have grabbed. He could have grabbed his dick. Right? That's a perfect chance to feel him up. You're helping him off.
I would have said, "Where's his gym bag? I want his wallet." But listen,
you carry him. I'll carry his wallet.
You guys, you know, I'm just telling you. And then Shawn also, see, his phone was busting up when he was talking to him. He was cutting in and out. But he also got into the whole thing with Cedric McMillan. How that time that they blamed him for ratting, and that Cedric McMillan.
Oh, the
wasn't allowed to
Arnold Brazil.
Right.
Yes.
He was telling me that our buddy Lee Thompson went up to him and said, "Where's Cedric?" Because Cedric was with MD. And he goes, "I don't know." He said, "Greg, I was just sitting there really mellow. You know, I was doing some work on my computer." And he goes, he said that Thompson came up to him and said, "Where's Lee? Where's what the hell?
Cedric."
And he goes, "I don't know. What are you asking me for?" He goes, "Well, call your boss. Get a hold of Blackman or something, because Cedric's supposed to be here. He's not here.
Yeah.
If he's not here," he goes, "soon. I'm not letting him compete." So Shawn called up Steve Blackman, and Steve Blackman freaked out, of course. And then they called, I'm not sure if it was Shawn or I think it was Blackman that called up Cedric, and Cedric was driving. And you know Cedric, okay? Yeah. Cedric is a great guy. I love Cedric. I'm the first guy to put Cedric in the magazines, me. Back when he was a nobody in the Army,
Soldier.
He used to write to me.
Yeah.
Send me pictures of himself, because my son's in the Army too. Anyway, so Cedric and I have a history, right? And I love Cedric, but he's got a lot of like anxiety problems. Let's just put it that way. And when Blackman called him and said, "Where are you? You're late for the meeting," he goes, "I'm stuck in traffic." And then he said, "Oh, and besides, I went to the wrong venue. I went somewhere else." Okay. Which, by the way, that happened to me. I went to, one year in Columbus. I went to catch the shuttle to the fucking thing, right, to the event. And I told the guy outside, "I need a shuttle." It's like, "Oh, here it comes." Gets me in a shuttle. They take me to the event. I walk in. I don't see any bodybuilders. I see all these big farm guys. I went to the Home and Garden Expo, Long Expo at the same time. Dude, only me.
That's fucking awesome.
Dude, I swear to God, it was. Dude, I'm not just joking. I walked in, it's like fucking Junior Sample standing there with fucking suspenders on and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm asking, what's going on here? Where's the bodybuilding? And they're like, what? Oh, you're at the wrong expo. And I'm like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? They took me to the wrong expo.
Oh, that is so cool.
Right. I'm in Ohio. Robbie Duran left already. I had to go to the bathroom. And, you know, anyway. But getting back, so he said that Blackman called, I think, Cedric, or him or Blackman, one of those two, called traffic, and they're like, dude, you got to get here. And by the time he got there, it was too late. And he said that Jim Mannion or something was right there. And Jim Mannion is listening to him on the phone. And Jim Mannion's like, give me the phone. And he said, so I think Shawn gave him the phone. And he said, Cedric, you got to get here. If you're not here by a certain time, don't bother, go back home. And basically that's if they're saying like, oh, Shawn Ray ratted on him and everything. And I'm just telling you, I don't know. This is what Shawn tells me.
Yeah.
And I got to believe him. I don't know any. I haven't heard any other different stories. I really don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. But,
I never.
Just, what he was telling me.
See, I never bought that fucking line that it was Shawn being the bad guy in that situation. To me, Cedric was late, and Lee Thompson threw the hammer down. Lee at the time was the one of the big wigs in the IFBB, and maybe he had a hard on for Cedric. I don't know, but what would Shawn Ray have any influence over Lee Thompson to tell him fuck Cedric, suspend, disqualify him? It's the call was Lee's. It had nothing to do with Shawn, and everybody was trying to say Shawn was trying to I guess telling Lee Thompson that, oh, where is he? I always thought that was a bunch of fucking bullshit anyway. So yeah, that to me that was just like a stupid fucking story. Did Shawn happen to mention anything with the whole thing with Backstage with Dallas being pissed at him? Because he kind of wrote that whole thing on the forum. Because I thought that was a thing that I totally backed Shawn in that instance.
Yeah, I know you backed. I agree with you. See, when I told Dave Palumbo, I even said, Shawn, to me, Shawn's doing his job. That Dave kind of chastised me a little bit for it. No, fuck that. That's not his job. He's not a real journalist. I mean, I get back to differ with you. Shawn Ray to me is one of the most professional guys in the sport. Whether you like him or not, look, I'm closer with Dave. Dave's my boy. You understand what I'm saying?
Me too, sure.
I mean, I love Dave Palumbo. I do. I'm not saying, I'm not going against him, but I'm just saying we don't see eye to eye on this one. I don't agree. I don't agree with him. I think I know that Shawn is not. There's a lot of people in the industry who have it out for him. Okay, and but he does his job. He puts asses in the seat, and if our magazine grows humongous and we could afford to get him on board with us, I would take him in 2 seconds. He's professional. He knows everybody in the industry, right?
Shawn Ray, to me, is the perfect spit and polished guy behind the camera. He does a fucking great fucking job.
Listen, guys, listen what I'm going to tell you, okay? If you're going to have somebody represent this sport, he's a great representative. He's not going to sit there, somebody like me who's a little bit backwoods and shit, fuck shit, you can't have that, if ESPN was going to hire a guy and to put bodybuilding on their program, Shawn Ray to me would be the guy because he's very professional and, he knows he's an ex-competitor, considered one of the greatest bodybuilders ever. You got to give him credit.
Sure.
Now, here's the other thing, all right? Look, do you remember the guys they just had at the Arnold Classic? You just had you had Kai Green and you had Flex Wheeler doing the podcast and doing the doing the commentating.
Yeah, for Generation
Iron. You know what it is? Right, and I love those guys too. Okay, I get along with both of them. But the thing is, they're worried about hurting everybody's feelings. So, because they know everybody up there.
Yeah.
Shawn ain't like that. If you're not in shape, he'll tell you, dude, you're not in shape. You understand? Now, of course, these guys all have egos. Maybe Dallas is a young guy. He keeps getting stoked. Oh, Dallas, you're going to be one of the best ever. Oh, Dallas, you're going to be great one day. Oh, Dallas, you're going to win the Olympics. So what happens then is here comes Shawn Ray. He's no longer a pro bodybuilder. He's not built like he was, and all that shit. And, Big Dallas is going to stand there like, how dare you talk about me like that? But, dude, you weren't in shape. Thicken your skin. Do you understand? Thicken your skin. This is not like the UFC. You win by either you knock the guy out or you don't. This is all a matter of opinion anyway, okay? But if you're not in shape, of course, Flex Wheeler, he could have got on stage with a full-blown belly, out of shape, and all of them, and
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Joe, if I was up there and I look like shit, I'd hope you'd say to me, hey, dude, not for nothing, but you look like shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're way out. You didn't, you didn't come in peeled. You'd have to do that. I couldn't be mad at you. Say, Joe, God damn you. I mean,
Why didn't you
why
lie for me? Why did?
Right. I mean, but look, you would first of all, Joe, you would lose all credibility because I'm your friend, and you said, look, Valentino, look at him, he looks awesome. Meanwhile, I'm up there looking like a fucking water buffalo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No good. You know what I mean? So you get your credibility. To me, when you see Kai Green sitting there, and Flex Wheeler, and they're afraid to actually critique anybody because that's like kind of like the way we live. That's kind of snowflake-ish, you know.
That's so fucking
You
lame.
know what I mean, Joe?
Then don't have fucking people commentating then. Don't even give an opinion on. If you're not going to be truthful with the fucking opinion and you're going to say who looks better than who and why, then don't fucking even go in front of the fucking microphone. You don't have to bash everybody, but you have to just be truthful, you know?
But I mean, you got to remember something. You and I both worked for Steve Blackman, okay? And nobody knows better than us how Steve Blackman operates. And he doesn't want, he'd be the first one, like, talk about Dallas. He's one of our guys. Especially now, I think he's the only guy on the payroll. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to want you to talk Dallas up. You understand? So he's not going to, he obviously, I'm sure, is not crazy about the fact that Shawn's doing this. But Shawn feels like, if I sit here and say, yeah, Dallas look great, it doesn't matter. Listen, the bottom line is, guys, it doesn't matter if he was sick, if he had rheumatic fever. It doesn't matter. What matters is you got on stage like that. You got to take if you go up there like that, okay, you got to fucking, you're going to get critiqued. I mean, if you don't look good, there's no excuse. And I know Guy Cisterino, I love Guy, and he was saying how Dave's a warrior, how Dallas is a warrior and everything. And maybe he is, but there's a time when you got to be smart. You understand?
Now I'll give him.
Am I right or wrong, John?
I'll give him credit for not dropping out of the show, for trying to get up there, but he probably would have been better served if he would have said something up front and said, I almost dropped out of the show. I have a fucking whatever my illness is, but I decided I did all of this prep and I want to fucking, I don't care what happens. I'm going to do my best to get up there. And if I'm not at my best, I know I gave him my best shot under the circumstances. To use that as an excuse after the fact, it doesn't have the same effect.
Yeah, but I'm going to give you a but there. Listen, I agree with you, but I remember when Mike Quinn went into the WBF fucking thing there, and the last one he went in, it was horrible. He was so fat, he didn't even have abs, no abs at all. He was totally out of shape, and he knew it. But he went up there and he said, I'm going to give the fans fun, but why would he go, if you're sick like that, and you're out of shape, you're not going to fucking win, or, you're sick, then you know what, don't take diuretics. Then just go up there, do it for the crowd, wave to everybody. If you lose, you lose. You come back next time and you win. But don't kill yourself sitting there thinking that if only an asshole says, I'm throwing up every day. Like he said he was throwing up every day. And dude, you're throwing up every day and you're still going to take a diuretic to win a fucking bodybuilding show? To win a show? Really? Maybe it means more to you than it does to me. Because to me, it's not. It's shit. What are you going to win? You're going to fucking. It's not good.
No.
You die doing that.
And
happened.
To get mad at a Shawn Ray for saying that he didn't look good in that Mannion Pittsburgh posing video, that's just that was his opinion, and that was fucking weeks before the Arnold and stuff. So I mean, I know he came in second in the Arnold, and I thought he looked good. I mean, a lot of people were saying it was a one-man show and Dallas only finished second because the lineup blew. I disagree with that. I don't think it was a fucking a top tier lineup per se. There wasn't a Kai Green, there wasn't a Phil Heath, there wasn't a Sean Roden type of guys in there. Even a Dennis Wolf, who's won the Arnold. Dexter, it wasn't those type of guys. But you did have some good fucking guys in that top four even. So I'm not going to piss on the fucking lineup and say Dallas got the second place. I thought he'd look good. Cedric, by far, was the winner. But I just, so to me, if Dallas at that point, that was his peak after, maybe he wasn't ready to go in that Pittsburgh posing, but he wasn't supposed to be ready to go. It wasn't showtime yet. So he has to take criticism for when he's not being criticized on stage even. And that's what I'm saying. He got pissed at something like that. I mean, that's like, come on, bro. You got to just fucking shake that off.
But dude, even if see, like, again, I get along really well with Aaron Singerman too. Okay.
Uh huh.
Let me tell you something. To see Aaron Singerman sitting there because he owns the supplement company, and they got fucking Dallas McCarver sitting in a hot seat, and he's sitting there coughing and all that shit. And I mean,
I didn't watch that one.
Feel like,
I couldn't watch it.
Oh, dude, it's almost like you're making excuses. Dude, don't make excuses. You weren't. Even if it's true, guys, and you're sick, my advice to you guys is if you're sick, okay, and you don't feel good, it's not worth competing. You don't go to the next level and take. If you want to get up there and you don't feel good, that's fine. But to take diuretics and try to maybe get the sickness out of you. The guy was saying he was throwing up for a bunch of nights in a row. Dallas McCarver was saying it, and he said it. He also said it. I think for the Arnold he was throwing up, or whatever he was throwing up. So, dude, obviously you have a fucking problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if you have that problem. Anybody with it has half a brain knows that vomiting is really bad. You lose all your electrolytes and you dehydrate, and it could throw your heart off, and you could have a heart attack and die. So now you're already vomiting, so now you're gonna fucking dehydrate more purposely and then take a diuretic. Dude, you
fucking nuts.
If he was really having a seizure, he almost killed himself. If he's not if he's not epileptic, and this is a seizure brought on by a loss of electrolytes and everything like that, he was one step away from dying backstage. And if I was the IFBB, I would actually have a doctor who, I know they have doctors backstage, but what I'm saying is you should be checked just like they do for fights and stuff. If you're sick, you shouldn't let anybody compete. So if he had bronchitis and all that shit, he shouldn't have been allowed to compete.
Yeah, I mean,
these guys are killing themselves for what?
For
what? You guys think that they make money? Yeah, you make money in bodybuilding to fucking, you have to have sponsorships, you have to have endorsements and all. Winning a show is not going to do dick, you know?
Yeah, I know.
And if you keep losing and make excuses for there's an excuse for every show. Well, I lost the Arnold because I wasn't feeling well, then I had to take an airplane to here, and then I wasn't feeling well there, and then I wasn't feeling well. Well, what's the common denominator there, you know?
Yeah. You lost the show.
I like the kid. He seems like a nice kid, but maybe Shawn Ray's right. Maybe he needs to take a step back. Maybe he needs to reassess himself. Think about what you really want to accomplish here and do. And you can't find a guru who seems to fit your needs. You understand? It's just like the glass slipper, bro. If it don't fit, you're not going to make it fit. You're not the right guy, you know?
Yeah.
I have to have carbs in me, a little bit of carbs. I can't go with no carbs. I'm a hyper guy with a fast metabolism. Dude, I'll string bean out if I go with no carbs.
Yeah.
But there's other guys who are naturally, slower metabolism. They can handle it. So what I'm saying is, find a guru that fits you and stick with him. Don't bounce from guy to guy to guy to guy, to guru to guru. You know what I mean? Give the guy a chance. I don't really think you need a guru. I think you learn how to do something and you keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why you have to call up a guy. Listen, I'm about to eat my chicken. Is that okay? Yeah, it's okay. How many ounces should I eat? The same amount you ate before. Okay, thanks. Wow, dude, what a fucking revelation.
Yeah, Greg,
you know what I'm saying?
You're my guru. I'm calling you now, Greg. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Is that okay? I'm thirsty.
Joe, don't take 2 sips. You can only have 1.
Greg, I'm going to get my asshole eaten. Is that okay?
By a female or a male?
By a male. Fuck female. Who wants girls? Ew, they're yucky. No, Joe, you faked it. Yes, I spit. I didn't swallow. That Aaron Singerman and Kamasakiyama Dallas video, I was like, oh, this looks interesting, and I clicked on it, and it said like 38 minutes, and I'm like, no, I don't have time to invest that long. It's not worth it for me. I clicked right off of it.
Joe,
Goodbye.
Joe, the whole video was of Dallas coughing, like this.
Oh, no.
And then, Aaron Singerman say, right, yeah. Dallas kind of like just saying like, I wasn't feeling well. I threw up this night. It's not Chad's fault. It really isn't Chad's fault.
No.
I mean, Dallas, if you don't feel good, you don't compete. If you have bronchitis, your body's going to hold water. Whenever you're sick, your body fucking, you get edema and shit like that. It's just that smart to me.
Yeah.
I mean, they're making excuses. You'd be better off leaving it alone. Just say, fuck, dude, Nick, I was sick. I didn't feel good. Next time I'm not, if I feel that way, I'm not going to compete. And if you're constantly doing that at every show, that you're throwing up before and all this shit, then I think, I don't know. I never enjoyed that. You know what I'm saying?
Time to go back to college then.
What you do.
Time to go back to college if you throw up at every show. This ain't for you. Hey, listen, let's take that quick break now. I want to get the commercials in, so we're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah, they're sponsors.
Be right back, folks.
In a world of advanced bodybuilding supplementation, the numbers don't lie. Fact, Iron Mag Labs is among the fastest growing hardcore supplement companies in the world. Fact, when it comes to no-nonsense, cutting-edge products, nobody delivers results like Iron Mag Labs. Fact, the Iron Mag Labs line of innovative formulation has set a new industry standard with products that are helping world-class bodybuilders reach levels they never thought possible. Iron Mag Labs is a proud supporter of bodybuilders everywhere. Discover the most hardcore bodybuilding supplements on the market. Visit IronMagLabs.com today.
And make sure you go to IronMagLabs.com right now. They're great sale. Buy 3, get 1 free. Check it out. I'm showing the live feed camera, and I'm showing a YouTube camera. This is their Super Andro RX1 Maximum Testosterone Booster. Go to Iron Mag Labs right now. Make sure you tell them you heard it here first. Also, of course, I want to say thank you to our sponsor, title sponsor, Goliath Labs. Here's their Monster Shred from their other brand, Colossal Labs. You get them all on GoliathLabs.com. This is their pre-workout nitric oxide booster. Supports vein pumping energy. Supports explosive strength and stamina. And of course, Gregg, my personal favorite, the fucking ejaculoid. This is fucking gold in capsule form, my friend. Volumizer supports orgasms and supports sexual pleasure. This is for natural male explosions. We want to get this fucking Goliath Labs going. We want to make sure you guys get those ejaculoids. And, of course, last but not least, still waiting for them to fucking pay. It's arlrussia.ru, arlrussia.ru, your hard-hitting supplements from the other side of the fucking globe, from where we stand and record and broadcast right now. Look for the hologram design covering their box. And that is going to do it for our sponsors. Gregg, we have less than 2 minutes to go. How do you want to finish up?
I don't know. I just want to say, if you guys are listening, you're fucking nuts. No. If you're listening, like Dave's my boy. Shawn's my boy. I don't want to, Dave's more my boy than Shawn, but, because I know Dave a long time.
90 seconds.
New York, enough guineas, how it is, Joe. But, Shawn's not a bad guy if you get to know him. He gets a lot of bad press. I know he can get pissy, but I don't know. I can only judge a guy by the way he treats me. And I can tell you now, he treats me with respect, and he's a good guy. Same thing with Boston Lloyd. He's a good kid. He treats me with respect. And
60 seconds.
This other guy was saying about, Boston Lloyd and Lee Priest on there. They're all good guys to me. I get along really well with them. If you treat me like shit, if you have an attitude towards me or whatever, then it's a different story. Then you get a baseball bat on the head. But other than that, I'm just kidding. They're good guys. And I just think Dallas McCarver is young. I think he's got too many ears. Too many people's in his ear. You got Aaron Singerman there with the supplement company. You got your guru. You're worried about the press. You got the boys in the gym telling you, bro, you were robbed. You should have fucking, bro, you're ripped. You got to step back from all that. Shawn Ray's right. Got to step back from all that.
No, I agree.
Too many voices in your ear fuck you up.
I agree, but we're going to be cut off any moment. I want to thank all you guys live. Guys, Netherlands on there, fucking Bangkok, fucking India. I love you guys, man. Greg and I, we're going to see you guys again every Monday here at 3 o'clock. Look for this up on YouTube later on this evening. We'll see you guys next Monday. Go to our YouTube channel, Muscle Sport TV, and also Greg Valentino, and fucking get on there and subscribe. We'll see you guys next week.
Come meet me